If you want to see how I did the braids and beads, then keep watching. Hi guys, it's Cree, also Creative91. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I got cornrow braids and beads. Starting off with the products I use, which is the Jamaican black castor oil leave-in, the olive oil mango butter moisturizer, and my oil blend. I'm starting off by parting my hair. By the way guys, my hair is already 1 week old, as in I washed it a week ago. I was too tired and busy to style it right away, but here I am now. Usually I would start in the back, but for this style I'm going to start in the front. That's because I'm doing a lot of different parting and shapes, and I want to make sure that I'm doing it right and I have enough hair. Like, I don't want to start in the back and then I end up doing the front last and I run out of room and it doesn't look right. So I divided my hair into about 5 major sections. I twisted it up, and then I'm going to go in and start braiding one section in the front. I know I picked a random spot in the middle, but that's because I wanted to separate this front section from that back section in the front. By the way, I make sure I'm heavy-handed with the product so I can lock in the moisture in the braids. And also I am using the Shine and Jam edge control to slick back my edges. It's actually my favorite brand I use. Okay, so I'm starting my first braid. Geez, it's been a long time since I did cornrows, so sometimes I have a little trial and error. When I say that first braid, I already got my arms tired, like ugh. But after a while, I start to get used to it, and then it becomes easier as I go. Okay, so the first braid is done and we're off to the second one. Just a reminder guys, make sure you don't braid too tight, because if you do, it could really damage your hair follicles and pull your hair out. That's one reason why I don't wear cornrows so often. But when I do, I make sure I don't braid that tight. But that's because cornrows have more pulling than regular braids do. Trigger never had no heart, baby. Trigger has no heart. Trigger never had no heart, baby. Trigger has no heart. Trigger never had no heart, baby. Trigger has no heart. Trigger never had no heart. While I'm braiding, I make sure I take my time. So after each braid I do, I have to pull my fingers through my hair just to get the tangles out, because if you braid it too many times, you'll have a lot of tangles and it will be harder to get it out later. We are moving right along. I found my pace and my groove, and I'm getting through this hair. So I'm just minding my own business, and then I see a boy walk by.
You've been sneaking. You've been sneaking. No. I didn't. Wow, sneaky. Ooh, that is so cool. That's so cool.
Thank you.
I love messing with him. He always be acting like he want to get my attention and mess with me, but then he want to hide from the camera. But he already know I'm recording my hair, so I don't understand. Okay, moving on to the section on the side. If you guys notice how I position my hands, I do it as if I am braiding someone else's hair. Also, you may have noticed that on the previous section of hair that I completed, that some of the ends of the braids are loose. That's because when I move on to the next section, sometimes the other sections of hair can get caught in the braid that I'm currently doing. And instead of braiding all the way down to the end and realizing it's caught and having to rip the hair out, I just leave it out so it's easier to slide that hair that's in the way out of the braid. 2 sections are done. I have 3 left to go in the front. Why did that man come back and then he acted surprised he on camera again? And I promise you, I do not be making him get on camera, nor do I try to put him on blast. I make sure I share all the videos with him beforehand so he don't make it seem like I threw him under the bus, because I didn't. Okay, well maybe earlier I pulled him on camera, but I usually don't. He just walk in and then he be acting brand new. For this next section, I pre-parted everything and had it twisted up so that as I move through the braids, it's just easier to go through faster and I don't have to waste time parting. So I was experimenting with this part and I ended up braiding those 4 in the front together into a big braid. I ended up not liking it, so I took it down and then I parted the rest to conjoin those 2 sections so that the braids didn't end up looking bulky. And I liked how it turned out much better than what it looked like before. So I didn't really record much of the last section. I ended up having 5 braids at the top there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm just going in and braiding those loose ends so that I can finish up the front and then move to the back. I'm leaving those last 4 braids undone until the very end, just in case it gets caught in the back when I'm braiding. Okay, so I did half of my hair the first day. It's the next morning and I am ready to go. I already pre-parted the back into 3 big sections and then I pre-parted the lower section. For the back, I really didn't feel like doing anything too fancy, so it's just straight cornrows to the back. Simple and easy to do. I moved through the back part pretty fast because it's pretty straightforward. When I say pre-parting, that's what's up, because you don't have to keep stopping every single braid. You just can move through quickly. So now I'm going to start that top section in the back and then I will be done soon enough. Some of my parts aren't perfect in the back, but you know what? It is what it is. I don't really mind. It doesn't bother me. And it was mostly in the middle section, and nobody's really going to see that anyway. Now I finished cornrowing that last section in the back. Now I just have to finish the ends. I'm making sure that I add some moisture to it before I braid it up, just so that my hair can remain soft and lock in the moisture. Braiding, 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 braiding. Voila, we're done. Okay guys, so this is about a week later. I decided I wanted to add some decoration to my hair. So this is where I'm going to put in the beads. So I'm just showing you a quick look of how my hair lasted over the past week. I feel like it stayed in pretty good shape. It's not too frizzy. It still looks pretty good. So here are my beads. I done spilled them everywhere. I had to pick them up. But I wore these before, so I put them in a plastic bag and they're mixed with other beads. Ignore that. I'm also using plain old regular rubber bands. You can get them from any beauty supply store. And I'm using my argan oil that I love. And I actually mixed it in that oil blend that you saw in the beginning of the video. I'm rubbing the leave-in and the oil on my hair just to moisturize it a little bit. This will help retain the moisture in my ends while I'm adding the beads to them. I use that little bead threader that comes in the package to help me. I first put my hair through the hole, slide the beads onto my hair. Then I grab a rubber band and I put the rubber band around my fingers until I'm ready to slide it on the bead. Make sure when you're putting the beads on, you have to take the tip of your hair and wrap it around the last bead so that the beads don't slide off. I wrap the rubber band around 9 times just to hold everything in place and it doesn't rip my hair out. Okay guys, we are nearing the end of this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. See you later. Bye.